Hi students, good morning and welcome to your geography class. Today we shall study about lifeline of national economy. Students, if I ask you, what do you mean by lifeline? So you may say various answers like which is the main thing associated with which us, without which we cannot do development, we cannot think about ourselves, about our existence. So same way, today we will study about lifeline of national economy. Every economy has its lifeline. The main thing or the main area or the main agenda, the main thing which takes a nation towards the development, towards its growth. Okay, so any economies, any countries nowadays, the lifeline are regarded as transport and communication. Transport and communication and communication. Transport and communication are regarded as a lifeline of any economy. Why they are regarded as lifeline? It is very simple to understand, students. If you take only transportation, suppose transportation, see in earlier times, the transportation in early times or before early times we don't have transportation. But the time has changed, and as per the inventions and discoveries and development in science and technology, the transport and transportation sector has been improved. At present we can see the country is moving very fast towards the development or developing very fast if the means of transport system is well efficient and well mechanized and is highly sophisticated, because transportation used to carry both men and material, goods and services from the place of production to the place of distribution, from the destination place, from the origin place to their destination place. So we require efficient means of transport and communication. Transport, communication. Students, human beings cannot live without communication. We need to communicate with each other, with the people around us. At the same time, when we are doing any development like organization, business you take, or you take any field, any sector you take, from teaching to defense to medical sector, health sector, industrial sector, any sector you take, students, we need communication. And proper, efficient communication makes the work more smoother, faster and proper. So transport and communication adds a very good, you can say, scope for the development of any economy. Now, when we talk about the transportation is mainly divided into, first of all divided into three. Okay, that is land, water and air. And then suppose we take about, first is about the land. We have roadways. Second one, railways. Third one, pipelines. So pipelines. Now, if you take about the roadways are one of the oldest and commonly used means of mode of transport. Students, roadways can be operated in all weather seasons. Okay, it can be operated everywhere, on a plain, on a terrain, on a mountain, plateau, forest area. Almost we can make road network of road everywhere. We are seeing that we have roads on plain area, we have plateaus, mountains, valleys, everywhere we are seeing the road, only the quality and its length and breadth differs. Okay, next. Roadways when compared to any other thing is more cheaper to when compared to the any other form of modes of transport. Roadways is more cheaper. Roadways, it is easy to construct the roadways, okay, because we have to see, if we see roadways again divided into two types. First one is metallic and unmetallic roads. Metallic roads are those roads which are used in all weather season, which can be used, like we have RCC road or concrete road we say, otherwise tarpaul road we see, that is known as all weather season roads. Still they have unmetallic roads which we say kacha road. They are used in particular seasons only, especially during monsoon season we cannot use them because it gets muddy and all, and it is not suitable for us to use the transport in such areas. Okay, next, roadways are advantages, having various advantages over railways. For example, roadways we can take door to door delivery. We cannot have door to door delivery with the help of railways. Roadways we can take to field, but railways we cannot take to the field. Okay, yes, railways, some railways have connectivity to the production industrial centers, okay, but roadways have every production center is a connectivity. Roadway act like a link to all other modes of transport. For example, if you want to go to railway station, we use roadways. If you want to go to airport, we use roadways. If you want to go to seaport, we use roadways. So it links other modes of transport. Roadways is convenient for small perishable goods of short distance. Okay, it can be used during emergencies and all. Example, accident relief and all other things. So it is used in such cases. So roadways has various advantages when compared to the railways. Based on that, we have various number of roadways. First one is super highways are golden quadrilaterals. Golden quadrilaterals. Super highways are golden quadrilaterals, 6 lane roads, 4 to 6 lane roads. They are connecting Delhi, national capital of India, to the metropolitan cities and mega cities of the India, like Chennai, Kolkata, Mumbai, Ahmedabad, Hyderabad. All the mega cities, Bangalore, are being connected by the super highways or golden quadrilaterals. These are connected and made to reduce the travel time from them and to avoid the volume of the traffic. These are maintained by National Highway Authority of India, NHAI, National Highway Authority of India. Okay, next one we have national highways. National highways are maintained and constructed by CPWD, Central People's Work Department, Public Work Department. Okay, it is maintained by CPWD and it connects the various capital cities of the states. Okay, and it runs from north to south, east to west of the country, taking from Kanyakumari to Jammu and Kashmir, from Porbandar to Silchar in Assam. We have very good network connectivity of national highways. Okay, example NH1. NH1 is also known as Sirsa Suri Marg and it connects Delhi to Amritsar. Like that only, we have third one is state highways. State highways. State highways are maintained by PWD and it connects the various district headquarters within the state. Okay, next we have district roads. District road is maintained by district administrations and it is connecting various important urban centers and villages within the district. You can say it connects various tahsils and mandals within the district. Next comes village roads. Village roads. They are maintained and constructed under the fund scheme known as Pradhan Mantri Gramin Sadak Yojana. They connect villages to villages, within the villages, and they even connect village to the tahsil. They are maintained by the Sarpanch and under the fund of, that is, Pradhan Mantri Gramin Sadak Yojana. So these are the, apart from that, we have one more road in the year 1960 was established, that is known as Border Road Organization. Okay, Border Road Organization established in 1960 in order to have connectivity with the extreme locations of the country, that is on the borders, the villages of the country which are located should have connectivity with them. Apart from that, providing the arms and ammunition, food supply, and to have proper connectivity and movement among the armed forces, defense personnel, we have constructed Border Road Organization. Leh to Manali is the highest border road in our country. Like that, we have in our western coast, northwestern areas, northern part of the country, and northeastern part of the country also, we have Border Road Organization, which are connecting the extreme village of the country with the main stream of the country. So it was established in the 1960. So students, this was about the roadways. The next class we shall study about the railways and other modes of transport. For the time, take care. See you all.